everybody, and welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. Yeah guys, Feed the Beast Monster again today. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great. Ready to play a little bit of Feed the Beast Monster. I'm excited to do some things. Got a lot of things that I want to do today. So let's get started. Last episode we were talking about making charcoal. We're going to that Mistcraft age. And I made an axe that had auto smelting, fortune, and it was the lumber axe, so it chopped down the entire tendril if we made it look like a tree, and that was great. The problem was that tool didn't have a whole lot of durability. So I have off camera made myself another tool which has more durability, and that is this guy right here. So this lumber axe, I believe I made it out of a slime handle. I made it out of slime plate. I used a paper binding and the stone head. So we have writable, we have reinforced, we have Fortune 3 on there and the auto smelt, and yeah, so I put all those things on there. So doing it this way, I ran out of ways to do Unbreaking 3, like I didn't put any piece of obsidian on there. So you can make obsidian plates and you can put those on as a modifier later to add additional reinforced. So I've done that 3 times to give us Unbreaking 3, which didn't leave us with a lot of other things. So I was able to put Fortune 3 on there, then I had to do the diamond and gold block for 1 additional modifier, and I put the auto smelt. So we have an axe now. Let's, let me get right here. And if we look at this, you can see it's got 4,300 durability. Well, 4,301. So that's pretty good. I thought it was kind of crazy when I was first looking at this. It said reinforced X plus. I was like, what the heck does that mean? But that's just because you can put many different levels of reinforced on there. And for instance, this one only has reinforced 3, so Unbreaking 3. So that's really awesome. Okay, so I was trying to look at different ways of making these axes. So you can see I got a bunch of different parts here. And this is the one that I made off camera. But if we come to here, we could start putting pieces in there. So first of all, we can make it all out of stone. And you can see we got a decent mining speed, not very high durability. So first thing I'd want to do would be to add a tool rod, the slime tough rod, to give it a little bit more durability. So you can see there we bumped it up to 900. So it seems like every piece of slime you put on there bumps it up. So we could change the tough tool binding. Tough binding. And that'll give us 1,400 durability. We could put the slime plate on there. That'll bump us up to 7,400. And then we can finally change out the stone head for the slime broad axe head. And we can get a whopping 13,500 durability. That's awesome. So we can do this, but we only get 3 modifiers. So we probably want to swap out one of these parts, take a little bit of hit on the durability so we can get that extra modifier. So I was thinking we could put a paper one on there, and that drops us down to 7,700 durability, but we get an extra modifier. So I was thinking, well, if we can do that, which way would be cheaper, doing the binding or the plate? Well, if we put the plate on there, you can see we take a pretty large hit on that durability. We go down to about 4,000, and we swap the binding back out with the slime. We go 6,900 durability. So there's a lot of mixing and matching that you can do with these. Change that head back out for stone, and that drops us way down. So I was trying to figure out the best way to do this, and it kind of seems to me like if you want to build one of these tools, you put the paper binding on there, you put a slime plate on there, and do an obsidian rod might be an idea so you can get that unbreaking without having to put the additional modifiers later. So this isn't too bad. You get 2,057 durability. But if we replace that with the slime rod, we can get the 4,301 like I made this axe, and then you can put the obsidian plates on later and get the Unbreaking 3 that way. So, you know, it's kind of like a mix and match kind of a thing. Maybe you don't want that additional modifier and you just want really high durability, so you can do those 3 pieces out of the slime. You get 7,400. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can make these tools, which is pretty cool. So I was just sitting here playing around with them, trying to find out the best way to do it. And I think this axe, while it's not the best and doesn't have the highest amount of durability, it is still pretty good. And I really do like the way that this axe came out. And this one is the 4301 durability. Yeah, that produces a whole lot of charcoal when you go to that age with the tendrils and chop down one of them. But I think that's enough about tinkers. Well, I guess there's actually one more thing that I want to do. You can see I made the smeltery a little bit bigger, and I melted down some obsidian earlier. I made the smeltery just a little bit bigger, and I added a couple more rows on there. You can see this if I break that guy out. So it is a... Oh no, it's right here in my inventory. So it is a bit bigger, so it holds a little bit more ores when you're melting them down. So we got a little scroll bar here. We can fill all these up with different ores, which is great. But one thing that I wanted to do was start working towards the end game tools. And I went to the Nether and I collected some Ardite ore and some Cobalt ore. This stuff just spawns naturally in the Nether. But in order to mine it, you need Cobalt level mining. And the only way to get Cobalt level mining right from the start is to make a tool out of steel. So we've gotten steel before. There's a few recipes. We look up in here. I think the most common way and the easiest way to get it straight away without doing like a blast furnace or anything is just to make the steel dust, which is 4 coal and a piece of iron. There might be another way to do it. You can find this pig iron in the Nether, which I've done, and you get 4 of these steel dust, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's a few different ways to do it. You can also make the blast furnace and do it that way too, which works. So I went ahead and I made myself a pickaxe out of steel, and it is this one. No, where is that pickaxe? Maybe I left it over here in this chest. Yeah, so I have a pickaxe that has steel head. Let's put in the tool thing real quick. Yeah, so mining level cobalt because we got the steel pick head. Then I put haste on it, just 1 level of haste, and then I put obsidian plate, or I think maybe I just put some obsidian plates on there. I don't know. Maybe it was an obsidian binding. I can't remember what I did, but I didn't really want to make this super good. I was just making this so I could go mine that other ore, and we could smelt that down and start working on some end game pieces for tinkers. Now, you can make things straight out of cobalt. You can make things straight out of ardite, but I think what you'd really want to do... I'm still going to have to look at this. Like I said, this mod, it's been in Feed the Beast for a while, but I never really got too much into it. But I know that you can make this... Well, there's this ore that you can make. Elamite. And then over here, yeah, there's the cobalt. There's the ardite. And then I believe you combine the two, and then you can make this menilium ore, which is pretty good because it's got the handle modifier 2.5, which is more than the slime, which is only 2.0. Same durability, but greater handle modifier. So I'm going to have to play around with this stuff, trying to make it, and I believe it's a combination of, maybe it's 2 cobalt and 1 of the ardite, or other way around. I can't remember, but yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to play around with that off camera. I mean, we've done a lot of the tinker stuff on camera, so yeah, I think it's probably about time that I start doing that more off camera, show you guys the results and, you know, the kind of weapons that I've made. I do also want to upgrade this sword. This thing, while it was nice at the start and it's good looting 3, it's about time that I replace it with something that I can kill things in like 1 or 2 hits maybe. This sword still takes about 3 to 4, maybe 5 sometimes. Alright, so today, I don't really want to work on tinkers anymore. We've talked about it, and I want to move on to something else. So we've worked on Mistcraft a bit, and I have collected some pages and I've sorted them out like I said I was going to do. So all of our biomes are in this book. Biome controllers, we've gotten a decent supply of them. Single biome, which is great. Large biomes, tiny biomes, huge biomes, very good. So we got the different directions, the celestial. We wanted, let's sort that. Get the normal moons, normal sun, normal stars, all those things that you need. Weather, we got a lot of these different weathers, but I don't have one page that I really want called No Weather. That's a page that I need to go farming for still. We got a lot of colors. I don't have like blue, for instance, but we got a lot of different colors here. A lot of the same colors. When you find them in chests, they come stacked. So we got a lot of those. Different blocks we got. Crystal blocks, jungle wood, iron, gold, liquefied ender black. That's something I want to check out at some point in the future. I believe that's just going to make an ocean world, and you can replace the water with ender, but it's probably going to cause a lot of instability. I'm very interested in checking that out at some other point in time. And then world gen, I got cave world, which is great. Flat, which is awesome. Floating islands, I've never really used before, but we might use that at some point. What else we got here? We got a standard world, so we can just make like another overworld kind of a thing. Skylands. I think there might be one more. Yeah, void world. So we got a lot of this Mistcraft stuff together, and I think it's time to start making a few ages. I want to make an age for mining. I want to make an age for my base, and I also want to make an age for page farming. Okay, so I've already went around and made some notebooks here full of the pages that we want. So let's take a look at this one. This one's called Page Farm. And I got all the pages laid out that we need for that. So it's a mushroom island biome, which should prevent mobs from spawning, although I don't know if it prevents the special mobs. It's in a single biome, so everything should always be mushroom biome. We have a normal sun, normal moon, normal stars. Scroll down just a little bit. We got normal weather. Since I don't have the no weather, this is going to be our page farming age, so hopefully I can find the no weather here. And you can add, I think it's 5 features, and it prevents other random features from appearing. That's the case that it was in 1.5, but I haven't tested in 1.6, so I don't know. But that's why we got 5 star fissures here, because we want a star fissure. We don't really want any other features. Anything else, like if you have mine shafts or nether fortresses or tendrils or any of that stuff, causes the world to generate that much slower. We don't want that. And then finally, we're making a cave world. Now the reason why it's a cave world is because it will spawn flat at the very top of the land. You'll have sun overhead. It'll just be completely flat at like Y128 or something. And then you can just run around, find the libraries. They're very easy to find. Also, you'll get a lot of the Thaumcraft, the little wisp dungeon thingies that will spawn up there since it's so high up. So I think that's going to be a great age to check out. So let's do this real quick. Let's go ahead and make a page farm age. Oh, you know what? Let me take all those back. Let's make sure they're in the right order. I forgot, before we make the age, we need a link panel. Okay, so all those are in the right order. We need a link panel, so let's make one of those. We'll put the link panel right here, and then we will right-click our page farm pages, which should still be in the same order. Looks like they are. Right like that. So we can call this, well, I don't actually want to name this just yet. So let's make our descriptive book. I also need to grab a lectern, which I should still have some of these around somewhere, maybe. Let's see. If not, I know I got some in my pouch. Nope, it doesn't look like I have any in there. Okay, maybe I just have them all in my pouch. Oh, right. So let's do this. We'll make another Mistcraft age. Okay, I thought that looked weird for a second. And we'll put our descriptive book there. And this is age 4, right? So let's take the book back out. I want to rename this. Which one do I rename it as? Is it this one? Might be this one. Aha, so we'll call this Page Farm. And I'll leave age 4 on there so I know which folder on the server it is. So later on, if I make this world too big, I can go back and delete it, all the rendered stuff. Okay, so Page Farm, age 4. Another thing we need to do, make sure that we have a linking book back to the overworld. And I'm probably going to clear out my inventory too. So we got the end, we got the overworld. I'm not sure where this book goes. It's probably, I probably set up so it comes back right here. So we got that. We have extra lecterns. Let's put that right here. If nothing else, we can go to the end and then get back that way. We have some unlinked books. All right. So I tell you guys what, let me clear my inventory and we'll jump through this portal and see if we made a great page farm age. I'll see you in just a little bit, guys. All right, so I cleared out my inventory a little bit better. I think we're ready to go. So let's go to Page Farm age 4 for the first time. Hopefully this will be what we want. Come on. Ooh. Okay, so this looks like magic water of some kind. I'm not exactly sure what this stuff does. I've jumped in it before. I've seen little pools, and it just turns into water when you do that. So I don't. Nope. Okay. Nope. Ooh, that does some serious damage. Okay, so maybe I haven't jumped in this stuff before. Goodness, that almost killed me right away. Whew. Okay, so we know not to jump in that stuff. I think I'm going to put the lectern linking book here. I'm going to make, let's see, we're going to put a waypoint, new waypoint, age exit. Done. Done. Back to game. Whew. Okay, so that was scary. You would think with this armor that I have, I'd be nearly invincible, but man, that stuff almost three-shotted me. Well, it did almost three-shot me. So we have wooden tendrils here. I don't really care too much about that. Let's turn flight control on and fly up above this water. Yeah, that stuff is nasty. Whew. Okay, so we got dirt. Let's see, what's... Yeah, I think there's probably going to be a spot where we can go up higher. Oop, we're getting some lag, generating new chunks. That doesn't seem very good for a page farm age. I mean, if we're going to be running around and it's going to be this laggy, like I'm moving the mouse, yeah, this might not be good. I'm seeing monsters spawn, although that is a special mob. Yeah, we are in Mushroom Island, you can see it right here. So special mobs still spawn, unfortunately, and we got all this crazy stuff. I'm kind of interested in just going up to the surface. Hopefully it'll be daytime up there. I'm seeing a lot of mushrooms, so that's good. Oop, got a tendril to deal with. Maybe I will pull out my special axe and take care of that stuff. Although this axe does kind of mine slow when I'm flying. Alright guys, tell you what, I'm going to make my way to the surface and I will meet with you guys when I get there. Oop, alright, made it to the surface. Awesome. Okay, so there's already one of the HermitCraft dungeons there. I just saw another one over there. These cows seem to be having some kind of an effect on them. Am I getting... I don't have an effect, so I don't know what that is that they have that's negative. There's a couple of more HermitCraft dungeons over that way. But yeah, this lag. Unfortunately, I don't think this world is going to work. I don't know if I just crashed the game. Okay, so I put together another Mistcraft book. This should be the same thing. Unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of pages to help fix and make a perfect world. So we're again doing Mushroom Island, single biome, normal moon, zenith, zero length, normal sun, so it's always overhead. We have normal weather, boundless sky. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Boundless sky basically makes it so there's no haze in the distance, so it's always as clear as possible. And we're doing the 5-star fissures, and finally we're doing a cave world generation. So hopefully this will work. Now, we had the problem with that weird water in the last time. If we had the water block page and we had the stone block page, both of which we don't have, we could modify a cave world with that, and it should always force water and dirt/stone for the terrain generation instead of possibly getting these weird liquids and possibly getting netherrack. So hopefully this is one's going to work. I think it should be fine unless we just get unlucky again and get a random age. So let's first of all get the link panel. Let's go and throw that in here. We will right click our new page farm right like that. Let's get that descriptive book. So this is the bad page farm age 4 that we had before. Let's go ahead and throw that one on the ground and just kill it. Die. We never want to go there again. Right, so here's our new descriptive book, and in fact, this should say age 5. Yep, it sure does. Let's rename that one once more, just so we know. Page farm, age 5. All right, looks good. Hopefully this one will be a little bit better. Let's go ahead. Oh, you know what? I don't have a linking book. Whew. Well, I have these other ones to the end, but I want to get one right back to the base so we can be safe. Okay, so we got the linking book. Do I have the lecterns? Let's grab one of these. Right, so we should be good to go. Let's go to the new page farm, age 5. Hopefully this one will be a little bit better. Okay, that looks like regular water. This is a cave world. We spawn pretty low. It does not look like the chunks are loading very fast. Yeah, there's probably a lot of... Okay, here we go. Yeah, we got tendrils again. Yeah, the chunks aren't loading very fast, but I think this one might be better. It feels better. I mean, we don't have the deathly water anymore. All right, well, I tell you guys what. Let me dig all the way to the surface. We're at Y33. We have to go up to like Y120 or something like that. Let me dig all the way up to the surface, and I will see you guys in just a bit. Finally made it to the surface. I really need to get some better tools. But yeah, it looks like we have an overhead sun that is not moving, which is great. So it should be always sunny on the surface, so easy to see. Straight ahead, we have a library. This does look like mushroom biome. Is this? Yep, we have a star fissure right here, which is great. I can just go straight down there to get to world spawn. Let's see what we got here for our first page. Don't know if mobs are going to spawn in here. I guess there's a chance, since those special mobs can spawn, that they'll spawn in here. Extreme Hills Edge Biome, that's cool. Slow weather. Surface lakes, we already have those. We're looking for no weather, and we're looking for other colors and other things like that. I wonder, actually... Let's see, if I use one of my good axes here, if I hit those bookshelves, is that gonna like do a good thing? Oh, you know what? That's gonna make the chest explode, won't it? Maybe if we do it up here. Oh yeah, there we go. That's good. And then we get all these books. Oh, we get a regular book in there. That's weird. Natural watercolor, white color, fast weather, glacier, woodland biome. All right, so that's not bad at all. So looks like we got a nice age here where I can go for a long time and not have to worry about lag. Let's just go in one direction for a little bit. And I know somebody's going to make a comment about that. Let's go in a single direction for a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't look like we are lagging at all, which is great. So I can just kind of go around with the mini-map like this and just look for the library structures. Maybe we'll find one pretty quickly. But yeah, so this is going to be a great biome, or a great age, just to go around, look for those libraries. Oh, here's another one right ahead. Look for these libraries and collect a lot of pages. Oh, this is going to be great. It does take a lot of time to do this, so don't be fooled. Even though this is easier to do, it's still going to be a while before we get all of the pages that we need. No seas, tendrils, I think I already have both of those. Alps biome, let's try... Nope, not there. Let's try here. There's our chest. Nice. Shrubland, taiga, dark stars. We have that, I think. Gradient, twilight clearing, large biomes. None of these we really needed. But I'm probably just going to collect them all since it doesn't really matter. We can stick them all into the notebook and then take them back to our main base. So guys, let me go ahead and collect a little bit more pages. We'll meet back at the base and we'll try for a new biome for... mining. I'll see you in a bit, guys. Goodness, guys. I spent a while in that page farm age and I collected a bunch of pages. So we got some of the more important ones that we needed. Like, for instance, in the weather section here, we did get our no weather. Where was it? Somewhere in here. Yeah, we got a lot of these duplicate pages. But yeah, we do in fact have no weather now. And as far as these duplicate pages go, I think I have a way, or a decent way, that we're going to fix that issue. But also, we ended up getting a few more pages here that are really good. So for instance, under blocks, we got... where was it? We got ice block, which, you know, maybe not that great. We got glass block, which could be cool. What else did we get here? Jungle wood. We've got a lot of those. Yeah, we got our stone block, which is great. We didn't get the water block, unfortunately. I think, yeah, we got creosote block. Let's see. That might be it as far as the blocks go. Yeah, we still got that weird one. I still don't know what this is. Let's see. There was something else that we got that was pretty awesome. We got Island World, which is great. I want to use this. We have Skylands, which I think we already had. A lot of these we already had. Let's see. There was one more thing that we got. Ah, right. Under biomes, we got... one of the really good biomes. We got ocean biome. I don't know why these are not sorted. Let me middle click. RP ocean. There we go. So we got ocean biome, and also under blocks, which I skipped over, we got the lava block somewhere. There it is, lava block. So now we can make a whole lava ocean if we wanted to and run off lava power. So that's really great. So I went ahead and I made a new age here. I haven't gone to here, but this is going to be our quarry age. It's exactly the same as the page farm age, except for instead of it's a cave world, it's going to be flat lands, flat biome. So we have plenty of ores to mine and things like that. I got a linking book set up. Let's head through here. Let's make... Oop, yeah, don't like right-clicking on that. It changes this for some reason. Let's head through here. And let's see if this is going to be a nice Mushroom Island flat biome. If so, this will be perfect for mining in. I know, like I said before, people have been mining in the Deep Dark, which is good if you don't have... Oh, there's our thing, Star Fissure, which is good if you don't have Mistcraft. But since we do have Mistcraft, it's kind of pointless to go there. The enemies are a lot harder, and the darkness kills you. We haven't actually been there in this series yet. I've been there a little bit. But yeah, it's not really a good place. Now, what is this stuff? The last time I went in things, it almost killed me. Is that mushroom stew? I gotta get a bucket of this. I don't know what that is. Put that in there. And this is mushroom soup bucket. Haha, that's awesome. I don't know what you can really do with that. Maybe you can just drink it with a straw or something. You can put that in the biogas engines, I think. I don't know. But yeah, this looks like this is going to be pretty good. Looks like we have wooden obelisks, crystal formations, which is good, so we can make the Mistcraft portals. Yeah. So we also have the Star Fissure, and it doesn't appear to be very laggy. I see bats underground on the minimap this direction, so there's probably caves. Oh, well, that's fine. We need to make sure we set a waypoint here. New waypoint, age, exit. Done. Done. Back to game. We need to put the lectern down with our book back, which I don't have in my inventory. What the heck? Did it drop on the ground? Oh, no. Oh, wait, no. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I've seen this happen before, where they just disappear in your inventory. Maybe clicking around would make them reappear. Whew, that would have sucked. But like I said, I also got these other ones in my pouch here where I could have gone to the end to get back safely. And there's also that Star Fissure. So let's put that here. Warp back. Awesome. Okay, so there's one more age that I want to do. And I already have the book made. And this is going to be where I'm going to put my base. And it's pretty much a island world that's a jungle biome for the deep dark grass. I want to have that. So let's put that in here. And it's got pretty much the same thing as everything else. Oh, what? Whoop. The heck? What's going on here? Okay, so I just put the link panel in there. Now what I meant to do is put the link panel here and my base. We'll right click that here. So yeah, jungle island biome, single biome. And it's pretty much the same thing we've seen so far, except this one is jungle. Yeah, that's pretty much the only difference. Okay, so we need a way back. I need to make one of these guys since we are running low on books to get back. So we'll do one of those, one of these. This episode's getting kind of long, so I'm trying to hurry it up. I think we can get all those off the hotbar. And descriptive book should go right there. My way back. Lectern. All right. So hopefully this will be an overhead sun world, an island that's a jungle, and nothing else. So it looks like we're in a jungle. Oh no, we got tendrils. That's not what I wanted. All right, well, this world is not going to be what I wanted. Oh, and we got instability, so I might have done something wrong when I created this one. But yep, this is kind of what I wanted to do, a island that's a jungle biome, but I didn't want all these tendrils. That's a problem. All right, well, I will try again, probably off camera. I'll make a few more ages. Hopefully we can get one that I want. But yeah, I wanted the jungle biome for the really dark grass color. And yeah, we're going to have a base, I think, in a Mistcraft world. Okay, so let's get out of here. Just going to put a lectern down with my book and just bust out of here before something bad happens. All right, guys. I think this episode's gone pretty long. I'm going to be doing a bit of editing and trying to shorten it down a bit. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. We got a good amount of Mistcraft books here. Oh, one more thing. I didn't mention this. So to fix all these problems with like all of the extra pages, I have made myself a filing cabinet. Let's look at the recipe real quick. It's just 3 chests and 6 iron. Pretty cheap. So in here, you can store many of the same types of pages, and it's pretty much lag-free when you scroll through it. You can also double-click your NEI search bar and search for like island if you wanted to find all the different types of islands you have. So yeah, I think this is a pretty cool way to clean up your Mistcraft book, store all of your extra pages in here, and just keep one of each in the writing desk or whatever you want to do. These filing cabinets you can also break with a pick and they retain their inventory, which is really cool. So you can pick it up, move it. You can actually probably take this with you when you're page farming. And this might be a better thing to do instead of the notebooks. I haven't tried that yet. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you did like it. And we'll see you next time.